I was rereading some excerpts from Bill Walsh's great leadership book titled The Score Takes Care of Itself. For those who might be unfamiliar, Bill Walsh is one of the greatest coaches in NFL history. He took over the San Francisco 49ers when they were the worst team in NFL with a 2-14 record, and in 2 years turned them into the best team in the NFL, winning the Super Bowl. He went on to turn the 49ers into a dynasty, winning 6 division titles, 3 NFC championship titles, and 3 Super Bowls. Coach Walsh not only built a winning team, he also developed 8 future head coaches who then produced another 35 future NFL head coaches. He was a leader of leaders. The excerpt that stuck out to me this read through, though, is why Bill decided to leave his leadership position at the height of his career. It is actually a tragic lesson to learn. It is when Bill stopped abiding by the title of his book. Instead, Bill started to define himself and his self-worth on winning. Losing, he said, can become so psychologically crippling that winning offers little solace and no cause for celebration because you've imposed an internal accounting system on yourself that awards 0 points for winning and minus points for losing. In that calculation, you can never get ahead on points. That's exactly what happened to me, he said. He goes on to say, when this happens, any kind of loss, mistake, or setback becomes very disturbing, even devastating, because you're attached your self-image to the results of the competition. Winning can become insidious for the same reason. That is, you allow the victory to begin to determine your self-worth and how you feel about yourself. Either way, you are putting yourself on a very slippery slope when you start believing that the outcome of your effort represents or embodies who you really are as a person, what your values are as a person. I speak from personal experience, he confessed. So what does the hard-driving and relentlessly success-seeking striver do instead, you might ask? Coach Walsh advises to be, quote, aggressively looking for the positive elements, however small, that can dilute the toxic pressure of personalizing the results by allowing you to take pride in your strategies, your tactics, your efforts, and even the execution when they don't produce victory every time. In other words, go back to the joy of the journey, the pride of the process, the love of the art in making small, progressive improvements in how you do everything better every day. Bill, who passed away too early, only 75 years old, 2 years before his book would be published, in fact, revealed, I was increasingly unable to do this. Consequently, during my 10th season with the 49ers, I had to get out. He was only 57 years old at the time. Had I been able to avoid the dead-end calculation of 0 points for winning mindset, he said, I would have continued to coach the 49ers, and I believed we would have won additional Super Bowl championships. That is something that has never stopped eating at me. But by the end, I wasn't even thinking straight. So then, with the wisdom of hindsight and perspective, later in his life, what would Bill advise us to do to avoid this insidious trap that he fell into? Number 1, avoid the destructive temptation to define yourself as a person by the one-loss record, the quote-unquote score, however you define that. Don't equate you or your team's one-loss record with your self-worth. Instead, take pride in your day-over-day execution excellence and the joyful, never-ending pursuit of becoming better every day. Or as Bill put it in his standard of performance doctrine, exhibit a ferocious and intelligently applied work ethic directed at continual improvement. Number 2, when you do lose, shake it off. Bud Grant, the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings for 18 seasons, who lost 4 Super Bowls, said, I've got a 24-hour rule. You only let it bother you for 24 hours, and then it's over. One of the common traits of outstanding performers, be it coaches, athletes, managers, sales representatives, executives, and others who face daily up-down, win-loss accounting systems, is that a rejection, that is, a defeat, is quickly forgotten, replaced eagerly by the pursuit of a new order, a new client, or new opponent. Right, Julie? They know that a defeat, whether a lost account or a loss on the field, can't be taken personally. Like Bud Grant, they shake it off and go forward. I can tell you firsthand, my A-team and I set big, hairy, and audacious goals. Sometimes we hit them, sometimes we significantly exceed them, and sometimes we come up short. I don't really have an attachment to any one of those three results. Oh sure, we work like the dickens to hit or exceed our goals, but if we have given our best effort, if we have left it all on the field, then it's all good. Playing is what's fun. The stakes of winning or losing is just what makes the game fun and exciting. Either way, we played full out, improved ourselves in the process, and had fun playing the game. Do you understand that? Can you get your head around this? Hey look, unless you're performing brain surgery or running an ER, what you do is just a game anyway. No one's gonna die if you lose, so lighten up. How sad would it be to play and not have fun? To be tortured all along the way instead, to have the idea of losing be so devastating that it becomes crippling, a constant anxiety-filled torture where winning means little more than delaying the pain of losing, perpetually turning to the next game and the next one and the next one, each offering no more than the opportunity to postpone the awful feelings that accompany defeat while doing nothing to remove the fear of it. Don't live like that. Don't pursue success like that. Win or lose, as long as you improve, you have won. Go for your goals with all your might. But instead of defining success by win or loss, define success by the progressive realization of becoming better every day. And have fun along the way. It's a game, man. And then it's over.